Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to discuss some of my cryptocurrency trades that I currently have positions in. Trading involves risk. All trading strategies have a certain percentage of losses, and that's why it's critical to have a complete trading plan that includes a strategy that you have personally backtested with a large enough sample size to give you confidence in the strategy, even through periods of losing trades, which you will have. It needs to have a risk management plan that includes a maximum amount you're willing to risk and lose on any given trade and a maximum drawdown you're willing to accept. And lastly, you have to know when and where you plan to take profits. Do not take any of these trades that I'm going to show you today. They are well past the entry point. But even when I present trades live or at the time that I take them, don't take trades based on my strategy or based on anyone else's strategy on the internet unless you have back tested it and have confidence in it. There are many people showing trades on YouTube. I have back tested many of them and they just do not work. If you trade them blindly, you would lose money. The trades today are based on one of my strategies, shown here, the JLC daily strategy, and I have tested this and it's proven to be profitable for me. The amount traded is based on my own personal risk levels, which you can see. It shows it on every trade. So in this case, 0.1542 Bitcoins. It equates to a position of almost $7,000, $6,991. The stop loss I set in this strategy is based on 1 ATR, which is the average true range, which you can see up in the left-hand corner on any of these. And that's the average true range. The ATR is below the lowest point on the entry candle. And that's how I set my stop loss. I also use other things like points of structure, previous support and resistance. I use technical levels like these moving averages, the 20, 50, and 200-day moving averages. I also use those for my initial profits. Typically, I use the 0.618 Fibonacci level, and I also combine that with previous structure or if I receive the opposite signal. So if it switches from a sell to a buy, then I will exit one trade, like here, exit this trade and enter the opposite signal, which in this case was a long trade. So let's go through it. First, you can see the strategy, the number of trades, the percent profitable, and the net profit on these trades. And this is over a 2-year period, 730 days. I'm only going to hit on a couple of them just to give you an idea. So this trade here, if you followed just the strategy, it would enter here and it would have exited right over here where the short signal came in, but you see mine exited here. And the reason is because, like I said earlier, the Fibonacci level. So if you draw a Fibonacci retracement from here down to the low, I'll do it so you can see it. This 0.618 Fibonacci level, you'll see that is where I set my profit target on that particular trade. And it hit that. And then it continued on, and I got a short signal, which I entered, and it was going along until it hit the opposite signal. So I exited this trade and entered this trade. Slight profit on this. And now this trade is an entry at about $45,000 for Bitcoin, 0.1542 Bitcoins. I already told you the position is about $6,900, almost $7,000. The profit and loss is set right here. The loss based on the ATR, so I could lose up to $493 in this trade. And the current profit target is set at, you guessed it, the 0.618 Fibonacci level. So coming from the high here, down to the low there, right here on that candle. And that's how I set that profit target, right there at the 0.618 Fibonacci level. It's currently doing okay. It's moving sideways. but there's a lot of support here at the 20-day moving average, the 200-day moving average. So I like the look of it. It's a very bullish looking sign. The MACD down here has flipped from bearish to more neutral and looks like it could flip bullish any moment. I have to wait until see if we get more volume to see what happens. So in the next couple of days, this is either going to hit profits or it's going to move the other direction, but it's looking good right now. Let's move on to Ethereum. This, I'm in a short trade, and you can see it is trending down right here. The MACD is looking bearish. The RSI index, relative strength index, is kind of sideways. If anything, it's looking slightly down. So good position in this trade right now. Right now, this trade is sitting at about 5.9% profits. It's about to hit the 50-day moving average, which could act as support, but overall it's looking good. It's trending down. Tomorrow I may move my stop loss down so to guarantee profits on this trade and remove the possibility of it turning from a winner into a loser. Link looks a lot like Ethereum, trending down, but this one is really going to run into a lot of support levels right here. This area of structure where it's hit multiple times. Also, if you look at this trend right here, this trend along here, it has bounced along this multiple times, so it could find support there. It's also going to run into the 50-day moving average right here, which could act as support. This one I'm going to have to watch closely. The MACD is looking slightly bearish, but not too much there. This one could be an exit tomorrow. I'll have to really look at it closely. Dogecoin, it's also in a short trade, looking a little different than the others, but you can see it's got a descending wedge pattern, which is technically a bearish pattern, and could possibly break to the downside if you use the technical price target of a descending wedge pattern. This could be coming in slightly below profit target levels, so that looks good. It also looks good on the MACD heading down. That's a bearish sign. The 20-day moving average has crossed the 50-day moving average down, so that's looking bearish. Most signs are pointing to bearish movement, so Dogecoin looks like it's going down. There are other trades here. You can see positive. One here where I went short was a loser. It flipped to a bullish one here, which was taken at this point, and stopped for a profit up here instead of following it all the way down to the bottom of the here where the strategy would have flipped because of, you guessed it, the Fibonacci level. So if you look here from the top to the bottom, this profit target was set right at the 0.618 Fibonacci level, which it barely hit, and then closed out that trade for a profit instead of writing it down for a loss. Let's look at Cardano. Looks a lot like Dogecoin and Link and Ethereum, heading down, slight descending wedge pattern, which is more likely to break to the downside. And actually, since I drew this, it is breaking below it, as you can see, which is what I was expecting and hoping. The MACD is heading down. This is looking good. I have to keep an eye on this for the next couple of days, but so far, looks like it's on track. Solana, I am not in a trade here, but I'm looking at it closely. It has broken out of this this trend channel right here where it was going very bearish in the RSI, bearish in the MACD, but broke out of this channel and is currently coming down now to retest it. I am expecting and hoping that it will test at this level, bounce off it, and start heading bullish. If it does, I'll be looking for long trades. But right now, it's just a wait and see. Litecoin, I'm currently in a bearish trade. I'm short on this, and not a lot of room here. Right now it's hitting the 50-day moving average, so that's acting as support. It's got all kinds of support here at this structure level where it was hard to get through, broke through, bounced off it, bounced again, and right now it's heading back toward it again. I don't see it crossing this level of structure, so that's what my profit target is set at that. I expect it to and hope it will come and hit that before it bounces up and goes bullish again. Nothing to do with this one but wait and see. SNX, I am in a short trade on this one too. All the altcoins, you can see I'm in short trades on. Bitcoin, I'm in a long trade on. But this one is currently doing pretty good. It's sitting right now at about 10%, 10.5% profit on this trade. But almost everything about this trade right now, the price action is all looking bullish for the most part. 20-day moving average, it's going up against and moving up. The 50-day moving average is right below it and heading up. The MACD is positive, looking to like it's slowing down and maybe turning a little bit. The RSI is kind of neutral but turning up positive, starting to get a little bit more volume in. We'll see what happens here, but this one is looking like it's flipping positive, so really gonna have to watch this one closely. I'm expecting a bullish turn on this one. At the very least, I will probably move my stop loss here into profits, probably at the 200-day moving average, so that at the very minimum I can walk away with a 4.5% profit on this trade right there, instead of it turning into a losing trade as this flips bullish. Ren, I have no trades in this. I'm kind of waiting on it to see what it's going to do. It's looking good, like it might want to turn and flip bullish, but it might come back down and retest this area right here. If it does, if it bounces from about this area and flips positive, I will be looking for long trades here. That's about everything I have for today. In the future, I plan to do some live trades, go actually live stream on YouTube as I do them, or at the very least, right as I get the signal, go ahead and record it and get it out to you as fast as possible so you can see these trades basically as they happen and you can follow along live or on your own. TradingView is available free online, so if you want to follow along on TradingView, you can just go to tradingview.com and use it. Thanks a lot. Hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you in the future. Have a great one. Happy trading.